don't exactly remember details of that particular rules, but I'll give you examples and how these work.
Sure, sure.
There are two formal mechanisms through which Parliament functions. One is what you see on TV, which is actually the proceedings of the House. But what is, I would say, even more important in Parliament's functioning is the standing committees of Parliament. Okay, there are many committees. So there is something called departmentally related standing committee, and I'll give you actually a current example of of the telecom amendment bill, which is the new telecom bill, which is coming up. And okay, so the standing committees are uh, formed on lines of ministries or sets of ministries. So there are 24 of them. So there is a standing committee on finance, which also looks at corporate affairs and some related things. There's a standing committee on home affairs, the standing committee on uh, education. HRD ministry has been renamed education. So education, women and child development, skill development, those related areas. They look up issues coming to that. So what do these committees do? They do three things. One is bills, when they're introduced in Parliament, may be referred to them. Okay. Second is they may pick up subjects for examination, so which pertain to the ministry. And the third is they look at the expenditure demand of the ministries which come under them, that they always do. Okay. Now, when they are doing this, they often put out advertisements. Even if they don't, one can write into them. Okay. And this is the forum for Parliament to formally engage with stakeholders, experts, interested people, etc. Because I can't go into Parliament when it's in session. If I walk in, there's a fine of 500 rupees and I'll be thrown out. Okay. But standing committees, if you write to them and if they find firstly, they will get your views, the written one. They may also find it worthwhile to invite you for a formal deposition and a Q&A. They do that very well. Personally, over the last few years on many bills, we actually write in our analysis, send to them, and they call us. I have gone more than 25 times across different standing committees, different bills, more than 25 bills. I have actually gone to depose to the committee, because then and what I've seen in those is that they don't act as representatives of the party. They are actually trying to understand your point of view, and they ask questions. And after that, they will come out with a report, but they are trying to understand the issue in detail from different perspectives. That's what they do. Okay. So the telecom bill, for example, in fact, the government has put out a draft bill. That bill is still available on the ministry's website. Ministry has asked for public comments. Just today, the deadline was November 10th. Apparently, they have extended by another 10 days. So if anybody here is in that space, and that also includes internet and digital to some extent, you should actually look at the bill. And if you have comments to improve your issues, you should actually write into the ministry. It's there on the telecom ministry website. Okay. Parallelly, the committee on its own decided that they will look at this draft bill. So about 2 weeks ago, they actually heard the secretary, etc., and they have started looking at it. And just to give you an example, we had prepared a note on the draft bill to send to the ministry. It's a draft bill. And we decided to send the same note to the committee also, because they're looking at it. And I have got back, I sent by email as well as by formal post, what had delivery. On the email, I have got replies from a few MPs. A couple of them even SMS'd me, WhatsApp me, saying that this was useful. And I have some questions I might actually to understand. So we'll set up a meeting. So my short point is, if they see you as a credible person, they are usually willing to listen, both as an individual MP as well as a committee member. So Parliament in that sense is a reasonably open body. And you can always write to your MP also, the person who is in your constituency. We have had very good, because when I came in, as I said, 2005, with Hope, I had never met an MP in my life. Okay. I was not part of the Delhi circuit. I had worked in Bombay and a bit in Singapore. Okay. But so all we did was to write and send, write and send, write and send, and they started calling us. So in that sense, it's a very open system.